A democratic leader. What does it mean to be a democratic leader? A democratic leader is he/she who incentives people to share ideas amongst the team. Leading an open discussion will bring unity to a group of workers as well as the identified plan. This type of environment is said to have the better contribution of ideas, morale within the co-workers, and finally be the most productive style. Moreover, there are both benefits and downsides to this ideology. As a democratic leader, as I mentioned above, will encourage and lead the flow of ideas, creating better and more innovative solutions to the situation. As every worker is involved in the process of creation, they feel more committed and responsible for their actions. On the other hand, a democratic leader style may impact a business with big time lags when it comes to decision making. Waiting for everyone's input in the case can sometimes lead to pushing dates beyond the desired due dates. The decision-making process not only have to be accurate but on time. It can sometimes be difficult for democratic leaders to come into agreement within the whole workforce. As can be seen, democratic leadership can bring great benefits to a firm, but it can also regulate or implement inaccuracy when it comes down to making decisions. The 6 traits that define a democratic leader are the following: confidence in his/her employees, efficiency, flexibility, aim for fairness and equality, need to know how to work in groups, and be able to obtain the best out of each and one of the workers. A democratic leader must trust their employees. They are granted the opportunity of providing input to solve a situation, therefore they must have the adequate skills to have the job done. All of the ideas will be shared openly and opinions from everyone will be accepted. Moreover, being efficient is crucial due to the fact that democratic leadership style might be subjected to time lags when it comes to decision making. For this, if the leader is not efficient at proposing, setting, and finalizing ideas, the job will not be completed. Flexibility is important because when having an open forum of ideas, many people will have different points of views, therefore everyone will not always be in agreement with the final decision. Having a flexible leader will help ease the issue. A democratic leader will always seek for fairness and equality within its employees. Everyone should be granted the same opportunity to speak out and express his or her ideas freely without being looked down at. Furthermore, being able to work in groups is crucial for dynamic and productive conversations that will bring new and creative ideas to a business. If a leader does not know how to lead a conversation, it might get out of topic and never reach the desired goal. Finally, a democratic leader must know how to get the best out of each of his or her workers. This can be done through training, empowerment, motivation, and rewarding the employees for their jobs. For example, I was talking to my uncle about this assignment and told him what I have learned. He told me he had once had a democratic leader and that the environment in which he had worked was completely different to the rest. They had weekly meetings which the leaders would take an idea and begin a conversation. Everyone was sitting in a round table and each person had a time to talk. The conversation went clockwise and passed 2 times per person. Everyone would take notes and clarify or rebut an idea without being harmful to their teammates when the time had come. At the end of the 2 rounds, there was questions and clarifications that could go in any random order. Other than these meetings, there were set monthly workshops with different guest speakers, and this would last for an entire day. The leader of the company would first stand and mention the good things and bad things he had noticed during the month. He would also recognize the best worker and then empower others to perform a great job with a little speech. After this, the guest speaker would take the microphone and depending on his way of teaching, they would listen, discuss, work together to enforce how to set ideas and working in groups. I believe this business is a perfect example of a good democratic leader. To conclude, a democratic leader is always open for discussions and seeks to find unity within the group of workers. He wants to hear about new and creative ideas set to solve an issue or be more productive. Although, like any other leadership style, there are always downsides to the ideology. If managed correctly and the leaders have the 6 traits of a democratic leader mentioned above, the job will most likely be completed accurately. Thank you very much. I hope it works.